path and get back on the path of American prosperity. Now these days when he's not spending our money or infringing on our rights, he's busy running for re-election. He believes that, did you hear this? He believes that he ranks among the top 4 presidents in American history. Can you believe that? I'd find a different spot for him. He thinks he deserves a second term. He says, we can't wait, to which I say, oh, yes, we can. Today we're $15 trillion in debt, and real unemployment stands at 15%. You've heard that old saying about I need a vacation from my vacation? Well, we need to have a recovery from this so-called recovery. You know, as a nation, we've survived a Great Depression. We've weathered 2 world wars. We've made it through tough times. And we've not come all this way to give up now. We still believe in the hope, in the dream, and the promise of America. We know our future is better and brighter than these troubled times. That unwavering conviction guides our campaign and this effort. It's rallied millions of people to our cause. And it's the message we're going to take to every corner of the country, from Ohio and Idaho to Georgia and Tennessee. We've seen enough of this president over the last 3 years to know that we don't need another 5 years of President Obama, because you know, he thinks he's unchecked by the Constitution. He's unresponsive to the will of our people, and in a second term, he would be unrestrained by the demands of re-election. If there's one thing we can't afford, it's 4 years of Barack Obama with nothing to answer to. So we're going to get him out of that office and get him back home where he belongs. Now, you saw his budget. You saw the budget. He put it out. It foreshadows exactly what we're going to see ahead if he's the president. Runaway spending, record debt, they were just the warm-up act. You know, for an encore, he wants to raise taxes on job creators and small businesses and families. And we are not going to let him do it. In this campaign, I'm offering a real choice and a very different direction. I have a plan that will restore America's promise through more jobs and less debt and smaller government. President Obama is making the federal government bigger, more burdensome, and bloated. I'll make it simpler, smaller, and smarter, and it's about time for that to happen. He raised the national debt. I will cut, cap, and balance the budget. He passed Obamacare. I will repeal Obamacare. He lost our AAA credit rating. I'll restore our AAA credit rating. He rejected the Keystone Pipeline. I'll get us that oil from Canada that we deserve. And by the way, I'm going to open up our lands for development so we can finally get the energy in this country that we need at a price we can afford. Look, when it comes to the economy, my highest priority will be worrying about your job, not worrying about how to save my own. This president, you've heard, this president wants to raise your taxes. I'm going to cut them. That's going to start with an across-the-board 20% rate cut for every American. I'll also repeal the alternative minimum tax, and we will abolish, finally, the death tax. And you know, he has now proposed raising taxes on small businesses and job creators. I'm going to lower those taxes. I'll also lower the corporate rate to larger businesses to 25%. I'll make the R&D tax credit permanent to foster innovation. And I'm going to end the repatriation tax to return investment back to our shores. There's a lot of money offshore that ought to come back to America. Let's finally have a tax plan that puts Americans back to work. And I have it, and we'll get it in place. Now, you know he also proposes to raise taxes on savings and investment. And if I'm the president, I'm going to help middle-class families save and invest tax-free. Yeah, good. I agree. You agree. It's about time. And he also has an extraordinary gap in his policy proposals. Do you realize after saying that Medicare and Social Security were in trouble, he has yet to offer a single serious proposal for saving Medicare and Social Security? I have a plan to save them both. And unlike him, I have the courage to put my plan on the table for people to see. Look, what this campaign is about, what my plans are about, are creating jobs and raising wages for the American people. They're going to strengthen our entitlement programs for the next generation. And they will not add to our deficit. We will finally balance America's budget. Now, beyond having a plan to get our citizens back to work, I have the experience to get our economy back on track. I spent 25 years in business. I was also the steward of the Olympics and the leader of a state. I cut taxes 19 times. I've turned a budget shortfall into a surplus. I know how government can kill jobs, and yes, I know how it can help create jobs. And I stand ready to lead our party to victory and our nation back to prosperity. We'll get the job done. This is a critical time in America. It's our time for choosing. And this time, we got to get the choice right. I've said it before, and I firmly believe it, that this campaign is about saving the soul of America. This election comes down to two very different visions of America. It's a choice between becoming a nation of and by Washington or remaining a nation of and by a free people. A choice between an entitlement society and a land of opportunity. A choice between squandering America's promise and restoring that promise for future generations. If you want to make this election about restoring American greatness, then I hope you'll join us. If you believe the disappointments of the last few years are a detour and not the destiny for America, then I need your support. I'm asking for you to get out and vote. And I'm asking for you, by the way, to go on mittromney.com and pledge your support in every way possible. I'm asking you to join the fight for our freedom, to ensure that tomorrow will be better than today. This election, let's restore America's promise. Let's fight for this country we love. We've got work ahead. We're going to do that work. We're going to take back America. America's the greatest nation in the history of the earth. We're going to keep it that way. Thanks, you guys. You're the best. God bless the United States of America.